What's up, YouTube? This is your boy Alex, and gonna make a YouTube video today, but it's gonna be for the nerds, cause apparently the nerds tried to take over YouTube yesterday. I don't know if you were aware, but there's this thing on the internet where these guys complain about women all day, every day, and they don't ever solve any problems. So I thought I would say, you know what, I would probably have to make that YouTube video that I was hoping that I would just wait until 2020 to make. And the reason why I was hoping until we get to the new year to make the video to see if it's good or not good to produce is because December 10th, they're going to make it to where you still can do YouTube videos, but you're going to have to set the category of your content. Is it made for kids? Is it not for kids? Or is it for kids and for adults? And apparently, the video that I had in mind was going to be one of those YouTube videos where you would have to explain. This is an idea that I've had on the internet for a while. And I've noticed some YouTubers they either took a stab at it and it didn't come out very well, or they stay away from that subject very cold-heartedly. And that is, I had an idea for a video called Sex Game, Good Looking YouTuber versus the non-good looking YouTuber. The reason why I'm going to make that video is because there seems to be a lot of talk on the internet of the nerds are upset with the Tyrones and the Brads and the Chads because they get all the hot chicks. And I noticed that whenever nerds try to take over YouTube, there are some women that think guys are boring, lame, and squares, and they don't want to see you on their YouTube page. Trust me, don't feel bad. This ain't the video that I'm talking about. This is one of those videos that's going to lead into that video, if you understand where I'm coming from. This one's going to be titled Sex Game, Nerd Men and Women That Are Nerds Are Great. See, a lot of men that are nerds, a lot of women that are nerds, they feel like nobody gives them no respect and no credit for their hard work and dedication. You know, these are people that actually lead the world. These are people that made the world a better place. You know, people like me, we go to the movies, you know, we're entertained, but behind the scenes, it's men and women that are nerds that the reason why the world is the way it is and the way the world works and is better. Now, here's what I'm going to say to you men that have been called nerds, geeks. You've been called, you're boring, you're lame, you're a geek. You know, nobody likes you, nobody respects you. I know some of you guys make YouTube videos because I watch a lot of these people's YouTube videos. I'm not going to say their names, but they've made some pretty great, fantastic YouTube videos. There's this one black guy that all he does is talk about technology. And then when he tries to approach women, he gets rejected every day because he's boring and he's lame. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you men that are from the age of 18 to 29 that have been called boring and lame, or you're a computer geek, or you're a computer nerd. You shouldn't take it personal, because what goes around comes around. And what I mean is, think about it. For all the people that laugh and made fun of you, 10, 15, 20 years from now, they'll be knocking on your doorstep and coming to you for help and for advice. They may say they'll never do it, but it's like what Leonardo said on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cartoon, never say never. Now think about it. You know how the movie came out, Ford versus Ferrari? You do know the true story to that movie is that both those guys got laughed at. Both those guys got made fun of. Both those guys got made fun of for being fat, out of shape, not physically, sexually attractive. They got laughed and made fun of a lot in high school. Even in college, they got laughed and made fun of. But you know something? Ford made a car that all the people that laughed and made fun of him are driving his car. The people who laughed and made fun of Mr. Ferrari, you drive his car. All the lame brand clothes that people wear are actually created by the people that they punked and bullied and made fun of in high school and college. The tennis shoes. Think about it. the cell phone that I'm recording on. Somebody invented cell phones. Somebody invented computers. Like you look at Steve Jobs, right? Hold on. It's Monday. We got a lot of construction today. A lot of construction. So I can't do nothing about the noise audio. So you just have to bear witness, okay? I apologize, but it's going to take at least a month, maybe 2-3 months for them to finish doing construction, okay? So I can't do nothing about the construction trucks driving back and forth, and you can hear somebody with a hammer in the background. There's nothing I can do about that. I can go to 10 different locations, and all 10 different locations, you're going to see or hear 10 to 15 construction trucks. So there's nothing I can do about that. You may not like it, but it ain't nothing I can do about it. I can go to 10 different locations. But the point is, somebody invented a cell phone. And guess what? People laughed and made fun of Steve Jobs in high school. They laughed and made fun of Steve Jobs in college. But Steve Jobs became rich and famous. Steve Jobs' life story got made into movies, television shows, books, TV series. And the people who laughed and made fun of Steve Jobs, 10, 15, 20 years later, they're actually picking up a cell phone that was created by him. Somebody invented cars. Somebody invented airplanes, helicopters, buses, trains. And every time somebody invented something or said I had a great invention, they got laughed and made fun of and teased for that idea. And then 30, 40, 50, 60 years later, if those people are still alive, the ones that are laughing and making fun of them, guess what? They are buying that person's invention. So just remember, I respect nerds. I will give you nerds your respect, your credit, your admiration. All the video games that we play. A nerd invented the idea of creating video games. The video game systems, Xbox, Xbox 360, Nintendo, Nintendo Wii, Nintendo XD, PlayStation, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5. Somebody invented all of those video game systems, and they got laughed and made fun of in high school and in college. And now those people are multi-billionaires, multi-millionaires, 10 times rich. Life story gets made into movies, television, books. And you men should be motivated and inspired to be great. Yeah, you are going to get laughed and made fun of. There are people that laugh and make fun of me all the time. And I can care less. I don't care if somebody likes my content or don't like my content. And those individuals know who they are. But what I'm trying to explain to you in this video is you're going to get laughed at, you're going to get teased, you're going to get made fun of. You got people who design t-shirts that were told you'll never be good at designing t-shirts. And fast forward today, all the t-shirts that you be wearing, somebody got laughed and made fun of. You got people who invented, I don't know, the flashlight. You got people who are famous now. And guess what? They all got laughed and made fun of. You got some women who are nerds that I respect, that I give my admiration to. You got some women that are nerds. And when those women all of a sudden become rich and famous, and I'm talking about the women that are nerds, when they become rich and famous, the guys that were playing basketball and football that did not find those women that are nerds physically, sexually attractive, all of a sudden want to take that woman out to lunch and dinner or for a cup of coffee when it's 10, 15, 20 years later. And the woman that's a nerd, all of a sudden when she becomes physically, sexually attractive, she'll say, no, thank you, I'm not interested. Because the guy